Hello, and we welcome you to Ventura College for the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network tonight. The Ventura College Pirates host the Long Beach City College Vikings in the Beach Bowl. As we start to show you visuals of the opening toss, something might leap out at you. Game time humidity 93%. I lead with the most relevant weather metric, and that the humidity, as fog will certainly be an issue tonight. On our end, we'll do our best to keep you apprised of what is going on in the game as we battle these conditions as well. But Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Zapata with you from the VC Sportsplex. And Mike, weather's going to be a factor here tonight for both these teams. And the Pirates relying on Daniel Duran, who's had a great season all year for the Pirates, 28 touchdown passes. Jet Petty has been very good for the Vikings as well. But you figure it might be tough to throw the football tonight.
Yeah, the conditions aren't exactly conducive to a lot of passing going on. We can't see anything. Probably going to rename this thing the Fog Bowl instead of the Beach Bowl. So, yeah, everybody has their work cut out for them tonight, including the broadcasters.
Yeah, it's a nice 1988 reference there with the Fog Bowl. I had to look it up, which is embarrassing being from Chicago, but yes, I remember it well. It worked out well for the Bears that day. We'll see who it works out well for tonight. The 24th all-time meeting between the Vikings and the Pirates. But Long Beach City College currently on a win streak. The first win in the Brett Peabody era came back in 2022. That was at Long Beach, a 33-26 win for the Vikings. That was the first time that they had been able to get past the Pirates in the Stephen Mushagian, Brett Peabody eras at Ventura and Long Beach. Getting ready for the opening kick. We'll step aside very briefly, come back, and have the opening kickoff. It's the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network. Not exactly beach weather, but we'll take it. Not far from the beach here in beautiful Ventura, California. For the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl, the Pirates won the opening toss. They have elected to defer. So we'll tee it up and get set to go, and we'll see the Viking offense first, led by sophomore quarterback Jet Petty, who has completed 57% of his passes for 2,273 yards, 20 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. And Brett Peabody, talking about his sophomore quarterback, said he's had an outstanding year, and that's what he does really well. Knows this offense very well, takes good care of the football. He stopped short of saying he was a good game manager, which I think is not entirely the full story for Jet Petty, and the return out past the 35 to the 37-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will go to work. But Petty has had an outstanding sophomore season and has done a great job limiting turnovers. To start with, in addition to the 20 touchdown passes, he's got a slate of outstanding receivers. When we talked to Steve Mushagian, one of the first things that he mentioned was they've got some playmakers on the outside. They're always loaded with skilled players. So a lot for the Pirate defense to think about as we get underway with the opening possession here for the Vikings from the 37-yard line, and the snap to Petty, and they'll keep it on the ground. And the first down carry for about a yard will leave a second down and 9. Caleb Foster, the sophomore, on the carry.
Face mask, number 46, off defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And Isaiah Garcia with the face mask. They'll tack on 15 yards. I started to say Foster, returning sophomore, one of 3 running backs who figures to see fairly significant action tonight. Isaiah Garcia commits the face mask. That's coming off being the Passion McDonald's Player of the Week on defense a week ago in the win over College of the Canyons. But he gives up 15 yards here. Foster a little stutter step. He'll fall forward to the 43, a gain of about 4. And on the stop, Reese Thompson Leaves a 2nd down and 6. First throw for Petty and a completion inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Thompson there quickly again for the stop as he finds Marcus Guzman. Guzman had a big catch for a touchdown a week ago in the win for the Vikings at home against Citrus College, with the Vikings trailing in the first half. Guzman with the big touchdown reception that gave the Vikings the lead at the break in a tight affair with the Owls that the Vikings ended up winning 17-14. Petty with the play action has a man wide open at the 25 and out of bounds at the 19-yard line as he finds Samaje Dunn. So right away, Petty with a couple of completions finding Dunn and the Vikings in the red zone. The catch for Guzman for a touchdown was big. The Vikings struggled mightily, particularly in the first half against Citrus, where they had just 60 yards of offense, but yet managed to carry the lead into the break and hold on for the 17-14 win. Might have been some movement. Petty throwing over the middle again, open inside the 5 and down to the 3. Zane Carter on the stop. Matthew Berengi, the sophomore. So 3 completions for Petty to 3 different receivers. That's not anything new for Viking fans who've been watching this team all season long. Petty will spread it around, finding Berengi, who was wide open over the middle. Carter gets there to keep him out of the end zone. Now 1st and goal from the 3. Foster plowing ahead. He's near the goal line. Looked like he got inside the 1, but not in.
The 1-yard line, he's 2nd and goal.
Working on the interior of a very young offensive line. Kamal Bonavota, Micah Imamura, Oswaldo Jimenez. And again, they keep it on the ground, but the Pirate defense will stand up, and we'll see a 3rd and goal from the 1. The Viking offensive line, as I mentioned, very young, all freshmen as a matter of fact. And they're banged up, so much so that defensive lineman Reese Hare is switching over here tonight from defensive line to offensive line. And not just to be another body in case they need him. Reese Hare figures to play tonight on that offensive line. Petty, read option, he'll get in. Jet Petty from a yard out. The Vikings grab the lead here at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl.
Nice fake.
Yeah, that is well executed from Jet Petty, who had a very good opening drive, completing all 3 of his pass attempts, and then does it himself from a yard out. Just the second rushing touchdown on the season for Jet Petty, but I'll double check that. Nonetheless, Petty, who usually works from the pocket and will move just enough to keep a play alive, but there flashes the legs. The read option from a yard out. The Vikings grab the lead 7-0 from the VC Sportsplex. It's the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura College. Going back to the scoring play, and Michael, we both mentioned it, Petty. Great execution on the read option, gets the Pirate defense moving the wrong way, and takes it in easily from a yard out. Kendrick Smith on the return, finds a lane. Smith in the open field, he's at the 45. Out to midfield, slips a tackle, but it looked like he stepped out of bounds. No, they're going to say he's still in bounds. Well, that'll be interesting. Smith does an unbelievable job tight-roping that near sideline and gets all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Brought down on the return by number 86, Kyle Brown.
Let's watch here, and will be obscured partially by the Viking players on that sideline. But that is remarkable body control from Kendrick Smith. And we'll have a good view of it here. And there's where I thought maybe he stepped out,
I mean,
but
the referee's right there,
Yeah.
so he's got to have a pretty good look of it.
you can't have a much better view than that. Huge return for Smith. On the season, Ventura's longest kick return had been 72 yards. Well, Smith just bettered that as he goes 82 yards on the return. Quick slant, incomplete on Duran's first pass.
Daniel Durant's pass intended for number 7.
So the Pirates answer back immediately with a big play, but now they'll have to try and punch it in. As they get it to the Viking red zone, they'll have a 2nd and 10 from the 15 on the season. The Pirates 86% scoring in the red zone, but just 60% scoring touchdowns in the red zone. So it's been a little bit of a struggle. 2nd down carry down to the goal line. Karan Gossett.
Touchdown Pirates. Ball carried by number
Gossett's
10.
first carry. And from 15 yards out, he will take it in. Touchdown number 7 on the season for Gossett, who with a 100-yard game tonight would figure to go over 1,000 yards on the season. He comes in with 898 yards rushing.
Vikings maybe get away with one there, trying to set the edge. Gossett takes advantage, rumbles in for 6.
The Pirates got Donald Dixon back this week after he missed the game a week ago. The standout left tackle. And welcome back, Donald Dixon, and Gossett running left, following Dixon. Finds some running room and ultimately finds pay dirt. Pirates answer back, off to a fast start here. 11:35 remaining in the opening quarter. Pirates and Vikings tied at 7 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. Matthew Berengi, Troy, T.W. Crozier back deep for the Vikings. 3.5 minutes in. And already both teams with a touchdown. And, of course, in the history, especially the recent history between these two teams, that not a big surprise. Of course, the Pirates have been outstanding offensively under Coach Steve Mushagian since he arrived back in 2009. And Brett Peabody handles the offense for the Vikings after working at LA Harbor College, where he had an awful lot of success building the offense, particularly there, before taking this Viking job. So both of these teams excel offensively year after year. Both coaches seem particularly adept working with young quarterbacks, and Duran and Petty have both had great years following in the footsteps of quarterbacks at both schools in recent years, who've had big years running these respective offenses. 1st and 10. Play action, quick pitch on the near side.
Another great fake. See this from up top.
And Caleb Foster and
Ball carried by number 22, Caleb Foster.
got out past the 30. Carter
7, Zane Carter.
over in the area.
4-yard gain, 2nd and
But
6.
ultimately, it was Jackson Arrington who forced Foster out of bounds after a gain of 4. Leaves a 2nd down and 6 from the 34 of Long Beach. And just underway. This is the lone game in the 3C2A. And in fact, Mike, I might have heard that this is the lone football game going in the country here tonight. I don't know if that's entirely true. Crozier on the end around near the 1st down marker and appears to have enough. Got just enough to move the chain, so the 6-yard run for Crozier gives the Vikings a fresh set of downs from their own 40. The Vikings for the season have struggled somewhat to run the football as a team. Just over 100 yards on the ground per game, 3.3 yards a carry. All of which makes Petty's numbers all the more impressive. And again, open, finds Tyson Bordeaux into Pirate territory at the 49.
Pass complete to number
You know, the
50,
fog
Tyson
really
Bordeaux.
wreaking havoc for the defense right now. They're having trouble picking up their assignments and breaking on the ball. You see a lot of cushion out there.
Yep.
11-yard gain, first and
Well, despite the white jerseys, it looks like the Vikings doing a pretty good job hiding in the fog because Petty has had a couple of very open receivers early on. And they have it now at the Pirate 49.
Oh, that's early movement. Yeah.
Pirates think this is going back 5 yards.
You know, I would make an educated guess here that a long completion would be tough to manage in these conditions. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Mushagian made an adjustment here in the near future or after halftime to maybe have these cornerbacks press coverage and kind of leave it open over the top because it's going to be hard to see that ball coming for if you're a receiver.
Yeah, Messiah Jones, Ty Morris, the corners for the Pirates this season. And you watch here on a 1st and 15, and they're given about 5 or 6 yards of cushion. Petty in the flat, completes to Crozier. Crozier picking his way forward, gets all of the penalty back and more. Back to the Pirate 44, sets up a 2nd down and 5. As T.W. Crozier getting some blocking downfield from Samaje Dunn. 10-yard pickup leaves a 2nd down and 5 from the Pirate 44. Petty with time on the play clock. Again, the play action. Petty just going to have to eat it. He's going to be sacked. Spencer McKelligan at the 45. And it looked to me, Michael, like Petty had a notion but didn't have the open receiver he was looking for.
Just nothing there.
No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
So they'll say he got back to the 44. And that'll leave a 3rd and 5. Pirates with 3 wide receivers to the left. They'll empty the backfield. On 3rd and 5. 3-man rush, quick throw over the middle, catch is made.
He's right there. No, he's short.
Back to Bordeaux, and they're not going to give him a very good spot at the 40. That should be about a yard short.
9-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Well, it looks like he did get enough. Arrington with the stop.
Yeah, if he needed the 40, he clearly had the line of gain.
Yep. Needed 5 yards, got 5 yards and a foot. Fresh set of downs again for the Vikings. Offset I formation on this 1st and 10 play. Straight ahead, Samples on the carry. And he has stood up and pushed back after a gain of a yard. I wonder if that's Khalil Warren, perhaps. We're looking at the roster and no 24 listed.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, we thought the fog would be our only problem tonight, but
Last minute roster.
Caleb Foster back on. 2nd and 10 midway through the first period. Play action for Petty, and again he swings it out in the flat. Down to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Petty's pass complete.
It's a tremendous job of getting off the block there on the outside.
6-yard line.
That the first catch for Norvell Holmes. Gets to the 36, leaves a 3rd and 6. Vikings on the season converting on 3rd down at 42%. They'll leave Foster in the backfield. Now they'll overload the near side. Snap to Petty. 4-man rush. Good protection again out in the flat. Looking for Foster, who's trying to drag a tackler. And they'll spot it at the 31. Taken out of bounds by Ethan Nicely.
31-yard line.
So
Good
the
job by
fi-
Nicely getting him before he gets to the first. This is probably 4-down territory, I would imagine.
Yeah, 4th and 1. The field goal will be 48 yards here. Vikings on the season 11 of 22 on fourth down. And they will line up to go for it here from the Pirate 31. Read option. Petty in some trouble. Tries to get forward, but dragged down. It's going to come down to the spot. What a job by Jackson Arrington. Getting into the backfield, forcing him back. McKelligan drags him down, and it looks like he's short.
Well, I guess we were off on our downs.
Yeah, maybe they went. You know what's funny is going back to the completion before, I believe to Bordeaux. I thought he was short. We might have said he had the first down, but they might have actually already gone for it on fourth down on this drive. That would explain how we've misplaced a down. It's a 4th and 1 here. Straight ahead, good hole for Foster. He's got the first down.
First down, Vikings.
Ty Maliatufa able to bring him down, but you see the good work following his right guard, Oswaldo Jimenez. Michael Salinas on the right side of that Viking offensive line, and they opened up a nice hole for Foster. First down carry for Foster down to the 21, and after a couple of quick scoring drives, this now a lengthy drive for the Vikings. This drive started with 11:35 on the clock in the first quarter, so going on 6.5 minutes. They have held the football as we wind down toward 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and they have it to the Pirate 21, facing a 2nd and 6. Low snap, Petty's got it. Back to Foster, a little hesitation, and then he takes a big hit from Maliatufa.
Man, this is Troy Polamalu-esque right there.
Yeah, Maliatufa, who officially closed the door on the dramatic win against College of the Canyons last week with the late interception to preserve the 28-24 win. And he lowers the lumber on Foster. And now we'll see Khalil Warner. Or is that Foster still in there? Pistol formation. Petty under pressure. Throws off the back foot, incomplete. Good coverage downfield as he was looking for Samaje Dunn. Another 4th down coming up. A 4th and 3. And a decision for Brett Peabody. Thinking about the field goal. Eric Zavala, 6 of 9 on the season with a long of 35 yards. And that's how long this field goal would be. They are going to line up to go for it. Vikings facing a 4th and 3. 3 wide receivers to the left for Petty. Has time on the play clock. 7-minute drive, but the Vikings in danger of coming up empty. If the Pirates can come up with a stop here, Devin Samples in the backfield. Petty lofts for the far side, and it's incomplete. Nobody there. Looking in the direction of Matthew Berengi, and Berengi perhaps arguing that he was held up as he went to make his break. As we caught just the tail end there. But the Pirate defense holds after the Vikings take it to the Pirate 18 in a drive of 7 minutes and 27 seconds. But no change on the scoreboard.
Now we see here on the replay, I mean, do they just get tangled up? Or, I mean, that's illegal contact after 5 yards.
Yeah, Maliatufa looked like Ty Morris. And the Pirates certainly would argue that that was just incidental. Meanwhile, Duran with the incompletion. He's missed on his first 2 attempts. The Vikings have been outstanding defensively against the pass all season long, limiting opponents to just 157 yards passing. But they'll have a challenge here tonight against the Pirates. And sophomore Daniel Duran hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. That had trouble written all over it, but it drops for a 3rd and 10 as the Vikings are able to get to Duran. Look like Jalen Johnson, the linebacker on the blitz. Leaves a 3rd and 10 for the Pirates, who come in converting at 37% on 3rd down for the season. 3-man rush. Pirates setting up the screen. It's complete. Near the first down. Elijah Davis, who had 9 catches a week ago in the win against College of the Canyons, filling in for Silas Kemp, who was out with an injury. Kemp, the leading receiver on the season for the Pirates, is supposed to return tonight. And Davis gets to the 28, so the Pirates convert on a 3rd and 10, and the drive will continue. That's a big conversion after the Pirate defense was out there for 7+ minutes. Hard running for Karan Gossett out to the 43.
Brought down by number 18, Trevor Cook.
Trevor Cook with the stop,
15-yard gain.
but Gossett now working the right side, as there you see Travis Davis, who tries to go low on Gossett, and the physicality of Karan Gossett as he's able to run through that tackle en route to a 15-yard gain. Deep pass, flags are down. No signal yet on the catch. We'll look at it down at field level.
It definitely looked like there was some contact there.
Yeah, working against Donovan Turner on the outside.
Yeah, Turner has a hold of him.
Defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty, automatic.
Tyler Woodworth, the hero from a week ago, and not surprisingly, the Passion Management McDonald's Player of the Week on offense. One of them, I should say, for the Pirates, as he came up with the dramatic 62-yard touchdown reception on 4th down.
Wow.
Inside 2 minutes to give the Pirates the lead. They would go on to win at 28-24. Quick screen, complete to Crandall. And Crandall trying to twist his way forward, down to the 37.
Daniel Duran's pass complete to number 3, Tanner Crandall. Stop on the play made by number 6.
Cameron Blanton with the stop on Crandall. 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard pickup. And Duran with 3 wide receivers to the right. First down carry, another good hole for Gossett, who tries to go high and takes a shot, but he's down to the 22.
Stop on the play made by number 17, Corday Jones.
Good read by Gossett.
11-yard gain to the 20.
Yeah, Corday Jones able to bring him down, but Gossett having a big first quarter. Finds running room again, another first down for the Pirates, down to the Viking 28. Blitz coming. Duran, good protection, steps up, fires the near side, incomplete. And the pass knocked away by Dion Reavers.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Covering on the play for the Vikings.
He was looking for Crandall again. And a 2nd and 10, Duran.
This is dangerous here. Watch this story. That had pick 6 written all over it.
Yeah, Reavers just a fraction of a second. Getting there, gets a hand on it. But no pick. Pirates will continue on a 2nd and 10. Duran 2 of 5. Jake Murphy's first carry. And he is shedding tackles, but he stood up after a gain of a couple. Murphy able to peel away a couple of arm tackles, but Corday Jones leading the charge to bring him down. Corday Jones, an interesting story when we talked to Brett Peabody, said he's just a highly charismatic, high-energy guy. Brett Peabody saying very popular with his teammates and an interesting dress style. Said he dresses part 70s, part 90s.
Wow.
Was the word we got on Corday Jones.
Completely
I said,
bypassed the 80s. You should be offended.
I need to take a look at something like that. I don't know what it would be. I can maybe imagine. But Corday Jones just been an outstanding presence on the team. The pass incomplete, brings up 4th down, and he's had a big year among the leading tacklers for the Vikings at that linebacker spot. And Mike, it started me thinking as the Pirates face a 4th and 9 from the 26, this field goal attempt would be 43 yards, but I feel like there's 2 kinds of linebackers that you hear about. There's the hard-nosed, football IQ guy in the middle, the edgy, and then you have that little more slightly more eclectic, as the Pirates will like to go for it on 4th down. A little different personality type at that linebacker spot, and I've heard of both as I've talked to coaches. But those are the 2 styles I've certainly picked out in Corday Jones. And again, fits a little more into that highly charismatic eclectic category. So Duran's incompletion ends the Pirate drive. So both teams trade lengthy drives with no points. 1:11 remaining in the opening quarter, and we're tied at 7. Petty goes to work, finds Crozier. Crozier slipping out of tackles and finally stumbles down just shy of midfield. Crozier got all the way out to, I believe, the 49. Watch the blocking downfield. Marquez Guzman and Dylan Clark on the edge, doing a good job blocking downfield. 22 yards for Crozier. They'll go right back to Crozier, who again picks up some blocks, slips another tackle at the 40, and he's down inside the 30. Finally run down by Reese Thompson. But Crozier on back-to-back plays with chunk gains has the Vikings on the move again.
2 nifty moves there.
They'll bunch 4 wide receivers to the right. Samples follows his left guard down to the 25. Desmond Arthur, also a player of the week on defense a week ago. Able to bring down Samples, but he picks up 4 yards, leaves a 2nd and 6. Might be the final play here of the first quarter. Petty with 5 seconds. Going to instead elect to let the clock run out here in the opening quarter. We're through 1. At the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl, the Pirates, the Vikings, tied at 7 on the VC Sports Network. Karan Gossett leads the way in the opening quarter for the Pirates with 41 yards on just 3 carries and the 15-yard touchdown run. Meanwhile, Jet Petty for the Vikings, 10 of 12 for 119 yards. He also had the touchdown rushing for the Vikings from a yard out. Tied at 7 as we start the second quarter. It's likely to be a false start on Long Beach. That Josiah Pataya among those who got started early, and Pataya is an interesting case. Actually came to football very late. Played volleyball throughout high school, but constantly it would seem urged to think about giving football a try at his size. Just 6'4", 290.
Something tells me we might see Pataya for Long Beach.
I asked about that because I thought, is he perhaps heading to the Vikings as that one's dropped? Looking for Guzman. Knowing the success that the Vikings have had in that volleyball program, did Pataya come to Long Beach thinking about volleyball? But Brad Peabody says no, he's made the commitment to football and says he has just had a great year, a tireless worker, has accepted coaching very well, and has made marked improvement, but has really turned out to be a natural football player despite picking it up late. 3rd and 11 for the Vikings. Big play from the Pirate 29. Vikings going to need some yardage to even consider a field goal, you would have to believe. Blitz coming. Petty steps up, throws, and it's picked off. First interception, Ty Morris.
There is a flag.
Flags are down.
Jet Petty's pass was intercepted by number 4, Ty Morris.
I wonder if they're going to get PI here. Oh, yeah, there's a hold right there.
Yeah, Morris able to recover to make the interception, but the flag going to erase the turnover. That's a tough break for the Pirates, who thought they had forced the first turnover of the night.
Well, if you're paying attention to the ambient mic, I could have sworn I heard Coach Peabody directing some words to the referee about the holding defensively. And indeed, and we'll see it again, more colorful than I would imagine.
It's not likely. Yeah, I think you caught it right there, Michael. It's a little reach out and hold there from Morris.
You see the hold right there. He's on him.
Yeah, and that's exactly
a great call
where that flag comes in, and not likely that Brett Peabody's going to miss it.
No.
So the penalty erases the turnover and gives the Vikings a first down when they were facing a 3rd and 11. Back to the ground on first down and a big hit. Warren lucky to get back to the line. Petty does a good job here and tries to move it back to the left, and McKelligan with another big hit. But I tell you, Spencer McKelligan has had a couple of sticks here in the first half. That's nothing new. Receivers left and right on a 2nd and 11 from the 21 of Ventura. Petty setting up the screen.
Ooh.
Near interception. Boy, that's a great effort. Might have a couple looks at that. Is that Anthony Martinez, who almost came down with that interception, but and I believe that was Ty Ellie, who did a great job reading that pass from Petty and stops, gets airborne, and is able to deflect that pass, nearly causing the interception. 3rd and long. Petty stepping up, good protection, completes over the middle, inside the 15, down to the 8. Holmes with the reception. And this starts with great protection up front, Michael, as the Pirates dial up the blitz but don't get there, and that gives Holmes time to work free over the middle. Big 3rd down conversion again for the Vikings. The last one came on a penalty, this one on the completion to Holmes. Petty out in the flat, Warren. And Warren going to get down to the 5. Tripped up by Angel Cano. Good job by Cano. Really out there one-on-one with Khalil Warren. And he's able to cut him down after a gain of 3, 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Vikings. Early second quarter at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura. Receivers left and right. Warren on the carry and no chance again. Is that Thompson getting into the backfield quickly again? I believe. We'll have a good view. Yeah, Thompson.
That is textbook tackling right there. Wrap him up, set him down.
Yeah, Reese Thompson, part of that talented linebacking core for the Vikings. Along with McKelligan, certainly, nicely as well. There you see Con Meads in the foreground as well. Off the edge on a 3rd and 8. Expect Meads to be coming. Here he comes. Out on the right. And the catch is made, but out of bounds at the 4 as he finds Berengi again, but Berengi can't stay in bounds.
Look at that.
And the Pirates catch a break there because Morris lost his footing, and Berengi had a straight shot into the end zone, but his momentum after the catch was taking him out of bounds.
Yep.
And so the Vikings will have to settle for the short field goal attempt. This one will be 20 yards. It'll come from the right hash. Vikings looking for the lead after another lengthy drive. Up and good. Zavala's field goal from 20 yards out gives the Vikings the 10-7 lead, 11:43 remaining in the second quarter at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network.
Deep to receive the kickoff for the Pirates, number 1, J.S. Farrar.
10-7 Vikings.
Smith.
Pirates will get it back.
Kicking off for Long Beach.
Crandall, Smith back deep. Smith had the big return earlier in the first half. Let's see if the Vikings adjust anything in how they approach. And indeed, they will keep it low. Taken at the 25 by the upback. And looking for a little room. It was Dre Nelson who got out to the 38. Now a very late flag comes in as it gets a little chippy. They'll quickly separate. But let's see if this is just one or offsetting penalties. But someone might be picking up 15 yards here. Daniel Duran has come in completing 63% of his passes on the season. 21 of 27 with a couple of touchdowns last week in the dramatic win over College of the Canyons. But he's just 2 of 8 so far tonight, working against one of the most talented secondaries in the entire 3C2A.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 32 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I wonder if we can see this here at field level.
Yeah, it's that little punch there. That's going to get you. Referee Greg Truex with the call, and that's going to go against the Vikings, 15 yards. So the Pirates will once again have very good field position. They'll start at the Viking 48 with a 1st and 10. Josh Washington, the tight end, on for the Pirates. Already in Viking territory. Play action, Duran's pass, batted down up front. Good penetration again for the Vikings. Getting back there very quickly once again, Mario Rivas. And right in Duran's face as Duran continues to struggle here in this first half. 2nd down and 10 for the Viking, I should say for the Pirates, from the Viking 47. Jerry Martin on the carry. Not much doing. Maybe a yard. It looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage. Corday Jones there again quickly. And the Pirates now quickly facing a 3rd and 10. They're 1 of 2 on 3rd down so far tonight.
Well, they've had some success on that right side, and I wonder if they make if this is a make it 4th and manageable situation.
Yeah, the way the Vikings are moving the football, might not want to play field position as much. Duran throwing right at us, complete, and 1st down and more. Finding J.D. Rollins. You can't get a much better view than this.
Brought down by number 6, Cameron Blanton.
Blanton finally chases him down, but a big 3rd down conversion as Duran finds Rollins down to the 27. That's a gain of 20. And the Pirate drive will continue. Blitz coming. Duran setting up the screen again. Knocked down up front. Jones coming on the blitz, along with Trevor Cook. Leaves a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, passing lane's just not there, and wonder if you're going to see Duran roll out a little bit more, free up some passes from getting deflected.
Play action, Duran. Rollins incomplete. I think the frustration starting to mount a little bit for Duran on that throw as he misfires again, and now it's a 3rd and 10 from the Viking 27.
I think Duran's having some problems with the moisture on the ball. The touch hasn't been there. He's, just not as accurate as he's been throughout the season.
Karan Gossett back in the backfield.
We're going to have a new quarterback?
Is that Devin Tate? Yeah, I believe Devin Tate on. So Tate comes in on a 3rd and 10. Gossett tries to reverse field. He'll push the pile to the 19, well shy of the 1st down.
4th and 7 coming.
Gain of about 3.
It's just within the range of a field goal. I see the unit coming on.
Zeph Misa eventually with the tackle.
19-yard line for the 7.
And is it going to be Pimentel? It looks like it will. So Ryan Pimentel will come on to try and tie it up. 36-yard field goal attempt for Pimentel, who's 10 of 14 on the season, his long 40. So this in his range. The humidity high, but the winds are calm. Pimentel from the right hash. The kick on the way. And it's good. Pimentel drills it from 36. 9:31 remaining in the first half. Tied once again at 10 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura College on the VC Sports Network.
Number 0, Troy Crozier.
Crozier and Berengi back deep
Matthew Berengi.
to receive the kick. The Pimentel field goal ties it up at 10. And this one taken at the 16 by Crozier. Crozier, little move at the 30. Should say that's Travis Davis, I believe, on the return. So Travis Davis with a solid return sets the Vikings up with good field position again.
Brought down on the return by number 31, Camilo Aviles.
Aviles with the stop, but Davis got it to the 45. So a 29-yard return, and the Vikings take over near midfield. 9:22 remaining in the first half. Pretty quick move in first half. Petty back on. Pistol formation. On a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Foster sweeping to the near side, finds some running room near the first down marker. Thompson there quickly again for the stop.
Brought down by number 19, Reese Thompson.
As Foster is able to get the edge.
First and 10, Vikings.
And he picked up 10 yards, so an immediate first down into Pirate territory. Petty 13 of 17 here in the first half. Back to Foster. And Foster going to be brought down short of the line of scrimmage. Arthur along with Martinez, so the interior of that Pirate defensive line, able to get there quickly.
Stop made by number 90, Anthony Martinez.
Limiting Foster to no gain. Leaves a 2nd and 10. And they'll overload that far side. Setting up the screen, Foster in the flat, forced out of bounds by McKelligan. They'll spot it at the 41. 4-yard gain leaves a 3rd and 6 for the Vikings, who are 4 of 7 on 3rd down in the first half. Pirates this season allowing opponents to convert on 3rd down at 41%. So it's been something of a struggle getting off the field. It's a big 3rd and 6. Throw out in the flat once again. A little move at the 40. First down for Berengi.
Jeff Petty's pass complete to number 3, Matthew Berengi.
And again, Berengi able to make a man miss and then
Holding.
slip out of the Carter attempt as well. But the holding call against the Vikings, going to erase the first down.
Yeah, they're going to get Justin Austin on the outside with that hold. You see it there on the replay. Back it up 10. Well, it'll be a spot foul, so 3rd and 13.
That is a big call potentially after the Vikings had converted on 3rd down, and now they face a 3rd and long, another chance for the Pirate defense. 3-man rush. Petty stepping up, still directing traffic.
He's got it.
McKelligan giving chase as Petty working on the far side, out of bounds.
Good read.
Ball was carried by number 8, Jet Petty.
At the 35, and you can see just enough for the first down. Well, Petty is not exactly what you would call a running quarterback on the season, but Steve Mushagian was quick to point out that they absolutely need to contain Petty from extending plays.
Got a little Brock Purdy in him.
And there, Petty does exactly that. After the 3-man rush, flushes him from the pocket. Petty runs for 14 yards on a 3rd and 13. Again, out in the flat. Foster with the reception, slips out of one tackle, and gets to the 22, a gain of a couple before the second wave gets there.
You know, Long Beach able to convert there on 3rd and 13. It could have been worse. Pretty good discipline there from Ventura. They could have easily taken a big shot towards the out of bounds on Petty, and they hold up there.
Again, the Vikings just chewing up the clock on another lengthy drive. This is 2nd and 8 from the 32 of Ventura. Plenty of time on the play clock for Petty, who has Khalil Warren in the backfield. And again, looking for the screen. And Warren with a couple of blocks is inside the 20, down to the 19. Again, Michael, good blocking downfield for the Vikings. And Warren finds a little room.
13-yard gain.
13 yards and a first down. Vikings back in the red zone. They're scoring at 74% in the red zone on the season, just 55% touchdowns. And given some struggles running the football for the Vikings this season, that's not terribly surprising. They did get into the red zone for a touchdown on the opening drive. They're back in again. Petty into the end zone over on the far side. Into the soup and a touchdown. So we had to wait for the call. We'll have a better look down at the field. Let's see. Another good throw from Petty. Yeah, Tyson Bordeaux. And Morris gets there a little late. 19 yards on the touchdown pass. Petty to Bordeaux.
Great touch.
And now the point after pending for the Vikings, who are back on top. Another lengthy drive. This time, the Vikings get the 6 and the extra point. 5:19 remaining in the first half. The Vikings back on top at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl as Petty finds Bordeaux. Vikings go for the short kick once again, taken by the up back.
Fog really getting thick out there.
Electing to kick away from Kendrick Smith. And the Pirates will have good field position. Let's wait and see where they spot it. Looks like the 39.
42-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Pirates.
So First and 10 for the Pirates. 5:14 remaining in the first half. And the Pirates once again looking up at a deficit, down 17-10. Pirates have yet to lead in this one. Tate continues at quarterback. And the read option, nothing doing. Got back to the line. Second down and 10. Carson Moore got there very quickly. And Carson Moore, another guy that Brett Peabody is very high on. Moore, just a freshman out of Palos Verdes Estates. He's had a big year on that defensive line. Straight drop, Tate stepping up, still looking, completes. Now past the 45, first down into Viking territory. Washington with his first reception. Pirates take it to the Viking 47. Brett Peabody telling us that Carson Moore, he believes, will be a preseason All-American next year as a returning sophomore. Just an unbelievable motor on that defensive line. An impact player. Tate elects to throw it into the ground. Second down and 10.
Smart play by Tate, good composure. Nothing there, throws it at the feet of his running back who was blocking. Second and 10.
Yeah, Moore in the stats listed with 4 sacks, but Brett Peabody saying he doesn't believe that's accurate. Number is much higher than that. But he has been the lead pass rusher on the season for the Vikings, who come on the blitz on a second and 10. All kinds of running room. Down the far side. Pirates gonna tie it up.
Touchdown, Pirates.
Karan Gossett again finds all kinds of running room. Gets around the edge, and nobody going to catch him. Shades of the Bordeaux touchdown.
Indeed.
Michael disappeared into the soup. Still trying to confirm that it was Karan Gossett. And I'm sure he'll make it back to the Pirate sideline from that dense fog over on the far side. The Gossett touchdown run has tied it up. 47 yards. Gossett getting closer and closer to that 1,000-yard mark for the season. He's got 91 yards here in the first half on just 5 carries. And the Pirates of the Vikings tied up again at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network. Matthew Dragic, Troy T.W. Crozier back to receive the kick. Ryan Pimentel. As the Pirates once again answer back and tie it up. Here in an entertaining first half at the Beach Bowl from the VC Sportsplex. Pirates wrapping up another fine season. 7-3 in the regular season. Not the goal that they were certainly hoping for at the start. Wanting to be part of that 4-team playoff that will get going on Saturday. But El Camino coming out of the north after having an outstanding season, but the Pirates certainly on the strength of that dramatic win against rival College of the Canyons last week earned themselves another 7-win season under Steve Mushagian and host another bowl game.
Just incredible coaching in the north. Mushagian, Ted Iacender from Canyons. You know, 2 teams that are always in the mix, and now El Camino.
And Alan Hancock, who we saw on Sunday, with a tough assignment going to Golden West. But another team that makes the postseason again out of the North. And, you know, Mike, a few years ago, I think we were talking sometimes that the North maybe, on paper, the weaker conference, the champs seem to come from that Central or South more often than not. But as time has gone on over the last several years, more and more just not the case. The North brings a lot of depth and has really evened it out among those top teams.
Absolutely.
The Vikings themselves moved to the North for a few years. Back in 2019, quick pitch on the outside, near midfield. Crozier on the carry, a flag is down.
We're going to see a hold here.
But when we talked to Brett Peabody this week, he mentioned that the word is,
right there,
as they moved to the Central a couple of years ago, that they're talking about realigning again. And the Vikings might be coming back to the North.
Yeah, Samaj Dunn flagged on the near side.
Yes, Samaj Dunn picks up the holding penalty. That's going to erase much of the yardage on the Crozier run. And for the Vikings, certainly you live by the sword situation here in the first half, as they have had some great blocking downfield on a number of big plays, but that time Dunn is flagged. Leaves a 2nd down and 7 from the Viking 34. Samples on the carry, sheds one tackle. Now with a head of steam, appears to have enough for the first down. Evan Samples. And right away you can see that Samples, little different body type.
Bowling ball.
More of a slasher and that diminutive size. And Brett Peabody says that don't be fooled by the diminutive size. He's actually particularly adept running between the tackles. So a good inside runner, and you saw a little bit of that there as he's able to slip out of one tackle and pick up the first down out to the 42. 2:23 and counting here in the first half. Plenty of time for the Vikings, who have all 3 timeouts. Back to Samples, who again sheds one tackle in the backfield before he stood up at the 46. Gain of 4. Con Meads eventually wraps him up.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
The 3-yard gain leaves a 2nd and 7 as we head to the 2-minute timeout here in the first half. The Vikings, the Pirates, tied at 17 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura College.
Designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. Let
2-minute timeout.
give you an unmatched transportation experience.
The Vikings will go to work facing a 2nd and 7 from their own 45. Big first half for Jet Petty, who's 18 of 22, 181 yards. And this a good response from Jet Petty, exactly what you would expect after a struggle last week in the game against Citrus, in which he completed just 16 of 41 passes. And again, out in the flat and good yardage for the Vikings as Khalil Warren is able to weave his way forward. Again, getting a block downfield.
We have a penalty.
And there is a flag down. And the Vikings, again, hurt themselves with a penalty.
See right there.
Yardage will come back. Is that Berenji working out there? It's hard to pick up the number.
Yeah, 6. They get
Okay, 6 was
Dragic.
Matthew Dragic, another returning sophomore. Takes it back to the 35, where it'll be 2nd and 17.
2nd and 17 from the 35-yard line.
And the penalties starting to add up for Long Beach City College. 6 in the first half. Long Beach on the season averaging a little over 10 penalties a game. Play action. Petty will go out in the flat once again. Berenji on the reception. Out of bounds at the 46.
Pass complete to number 24.
Creates a more manageable third down. The Vikings have been very good on third down here tonight, 5 of 9.
11-yard gain.
11 yards for Berengi leaves a 3rd and 6, down to 1:26 remaining in the first half. As Petty will send receivers left and right. Empty backfield. Low snap, Petty's got it. Good protection. Now he starts to scramble and fires a dart and completes.
Great read.
Finding Matthew Dragic. First reception for the returning sophomore Matthew Dragic. And Brett Peabody talking about Dragic, the returning sophomore, said this was a guy that has really done everything for us this season. Brett Peabody called him a walking third down conversion, someone that Petty looks for on third downs, and said they were disappointed that he didn't get the all-conference nod, felt he really deserved it. Petty stepping up, now looking deep, has a man wide open for a touchdown as he goes back to Matthew Dragic.
Dragic, a little bit of redemption on this drive, converts the third down, then the bomb for the touchdown.
Pass was complete to number 6, Matthew Dragic.
And the Pirates just lost him in the secondary. He's 10 yards clear.
I lost him in the fog. I know we did.
How does Petty see him? Petty up to 246 yards in the first half. And see, the Viking sideline loves it, and why not? Under a minute to go, and the Pirates are going to have to work back again. Vikings grabbing the lead. Up and good. 53 seconds remaining in the first half. Jet Petty strikes again, finding Matthew Dragic. And the Vikings lead at 24-17 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. Well, Steve Mushagian, talking about this Viking team, talked about the number of playmakers they have on the outside. And now some trouble on the return and short of the 25. And you look at Petty in the first half, 21 completions, 246 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. He has completed to 9 different receivers. So not only do they have a lot of playmakers on the outside, they seem to have a quarterback who can find them.
1-yard line, 1st and 10, Ventura.
The Pirates down just 7, 47 seconds on the clock in the first half, and the Pirates with all 3 timeouts. So how will they elect to proceed? Daniel Duran back on and threads it in for a completion. And out of bounds.
And
there's a late hit out of bounds. Pirates going to get 15 more yards. And the completion to Karan Gossett out of the backfield. And yeah, that is
brutally late.
Yeah, it looked like Travis Davis, I believe.
Late hit out of bounds. Number 6, defense.
But Gossett is well over a yard out of bounds. It's just not a difficult call. And the Vikings, with the penalty, will move it to the Pirate 45.
Still 3 timeouts for Ventura.
Yeah, 39 seconds. But 3 timeouts. 3-man rush. Duran setting up. Working the far side, has a man open, first down and more.
Daniel Duran's pass complete.
Looks like Crandall on the outside. Try to confirm that number.
Complete to the 40-yard line of Long
I got
Beach.
7.
15-yard gain, first and 10 Pirates.
Man, good eyes, Mike.
Glasses
I don't think
help.
it's 7 though, because that's Zane Carter. So we'll have to do our best to try and confirm. Maybe they have it on the live stats. Duran complete, Gossett, but he's going to be kept in bounds. So this is going to cost the Pirates some time on the clock. He got to the 38, but the clock is moving. The Pirates have all 3 timeouts. Now they will take one with 21 seconds.
I wonder if they end up putting more time up on the clock.
Timeout. Ventura College. That is their first of the half.
Well, let's see who made this catch.
I think it might be Jan Farrar
The game clock to 25
over on the far side. Number 1, is that possible?
Yep.
Yep.
It's,
okay.
It's 1. It's
Yep.
1.
So Jan Farrar with his first catch, the second leading receiver on the season for the Pirates. And for Duran, a couple of completions on this drive, 3, so a little time on the side, and he seems to have settled down. Has the Pirates to the Viking 28-yard line, 38-yard line, with 25 seconds remaining. So you have plenty of time here to still use the entire field with 2 timeouts. And, of course, the clock will stop to move the chains if they can pick up a first down. Murphy in the backfield, receivers left and right. The Pirates facing a 2nd and 8.
38-yard line, 2nd and 8 Pirates.
Straight drop for Durant. Good protection over the middle. And Elijah Davis,
Another timeout.
minimal gain, and the Pirates going to have to take their second timeout. This just 2 yards. Still 17 seconds on the clock, but the Pirates now down to just 1 timeout. Late first half, the Vikings on top 24-17 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura College. Third and 6, 19 seconds on the clock. Duran sets up, still looking, over the middle, nobody home. 4th down,
Daniel Duran's pass falls incomplete.
and the Pirates almost certainly will line up to go for it. 10 of 22 on 4th down for the season. Are the Pirates 0 of 1 tonight? But, Mike, I think there's a little risk here with just 15 seconds left. Pirates will take one more shot. They do have 1 timeout remaining. Vikings showing blitz. Now they'll drop off. Durant sets up, throws on the far sideline, incomplete. Looking for Jayon Farrar. The incompletion will give it back to the Vikings.
Also 3 timeouts.
Just 10 seconds. But, Mike, will they think about maybe taking 1 shot down the field? They will have the ability to call the quick timeout.
I sure would.
Again, Eric Zavala with a long of 39 on the season. So you figure you got to get about 35 yards here. If you're the Vikings to really even consider a field goal attempt. They'll come out with Khalil Warren in the backfield, and the Vikings going to be content to take a kneel down and head to the locker room with a 24-17 lead at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network.
For your Ventura Pirates, 17. Josh Angle, Josh Angle, please report to the public rescue. Josh Angle, please report to the public rescue.
Exciting first half, and the Vikings on top 24-17 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura College here on the VC Sports Network. The Pirates deferred after winning the toss prior to the start of the game, so they will have it first here to start the third quarter, down 7.
Well, good news. Fog has dissipated momentarily. Bad news is Ventura down 7.
Yeah, I think the fog is gone for the night, till overnight.
Story, why you got to say that, man? You're like the worst jinxer in the world.
It's true. I forgot I'm wearing the headset. The announcer jinx is in. Wouldn't that mean that I can control the weather? That would be an absurd amount of power. I've never felt that.
I mean, I could follow up with something there. I'm just not going to. Don't want to get us canceled.
So Farrar and Smith back deep. And Montoya will tee it up. And we are set to go. First half. Jet Petty, 246 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns for the Pirates. Karan Gossett, 91 yards on the ground on just 5 carries to lead the way for the Pirates. And the return out past the 30 on the short kickoff. Smith on the return gets it to the 33. And that's where the Pirates will go to work to start the third quarter. Daniel Duran, a struggle in the first half. 7 of 18 for 67 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers in the first half for either team. The Vikings did commit 8 penalties for 82 yards, and that has really helped the Pirates to stay in this one. They're down 7 to start the third quarter. First down carry. Gossett trying to bounce it to the outside. Cuts it back and picks up a yard or two more. Able to come up with the stop.
And will be Tate getting the start here in the second half for the Pirates.
So no gain for Gossett. That's the first time that the Vikings have had any kind of answer for Karan Gossett, who will remain in the backfield. Tate gets the start in the second half at quarterback. So no Daniel Duran, and Gossett again. Nothing doing, perhaps a yard. And the Pirates quickly face a 3rd and 9. Well, a little surprising to me. No Daniel Duran to start this third quarter. He missed a significant portion of the second quarter, but did come back for the final drive, completing 4 passes on the drive. The Pirates ultimately giving it away on downs in Viking territory, but it's Tate who will start here in the third quarter. Straight drop. Tate flushed from the pocket. Still looking. Now going to head out of bounds, and again, could have been a late hit. No flags coming in.
Okay, I think they're going to say that Long Beach player was pushed in. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good no call there.
Yeah, it looked like Gossett working against Trevor Cook, and Cook really sent into Devin Tate. So no flag. Pirates with a quick 3 and out, and they'll give it to the Vikings here early in the third quarter. Carter, the special teams player of the week for the Pirates last week. High snap, but Carter goes up to get it and then just gets it away. So an athletic play from Zane Carter. Carter has an offer from Western Illinois University to continue his playing career there.
Nearly blocked.
That's where quarterback Chris Irvin from a year ago has headed. That's a pipeline for the Pirates.
Donovan Turner with a near block. Special teams for the Vikings.
Yeah, Chris Irvin and Eli Aragon, the leading receiver from a year ago, both heading to Western Illinois, and Zane Carter does have an offer there that he's considering. Talking to Steve Mushagian this week about Zane Carter, does he prefer? Right now he's the punter and a safety.
We have a new
for the Pirates, and
new quarterback.
Does Carter have a preference for one or the other in Western Illinois, looking at him for that safety spot? I believe it's still Jet Petty at the quarterback spot.
Yep, you're right.
Did ask Brett Peabody this week if there was an opportunity here for the Vikings to work in some other players that haven't had as much opportunity throughout the season here in the postseason, in the bowl game format. And did say that they would still use a wide number of players, but Brett Peabody quick to point out and said, we're going up there to win. So we have seen the familiar faces for the Vikings throughout here tonight, and to good effect. But they face a 3rd and 12 as Crozier is run out of bounds for a loss on the play, and a chance for the Pirates to return the favor, get a quick 3 and out, and get the ball back. Snap to Petty. Blitz coming. Petty throws over the middle, incomplete. And a rare, less than perfect throw from Jet Petty, who undershoots Berenji.
Yep.
And the teams trade 3 and out, so a good response from the Pirate defense, and they'll get it back.
You maybe wonder what kind of effect defensively or did the fog have on the defense for both teams?
Yeah, the Pirates, who are without Braden Beck at the safety spot here tonight, did appear at times to be a little bit lost in the secondary. A couple of Viking receivers have been wide open.
Back this up 5.
This will go against the Vikings. Another penalty. Pirates will work with a little bit better field position.
Number 8, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Now I say that Braden Beck is out, and that's the word we got, but boy, that looks like Braden Beck, but actually that's Brian Estrada who is stepping in for Braden Beck out there on special teams as well. And the kick away, low end-over-end kick. Crandall going to let it bounce. It'll take a Viking bounce. But the Pirates still will come away with good field position at their own 44. And will we see Devin Tate again? Tate, the freshman out of Oaks Christian High School in Oxnard. And it is going to be Duran. So Duran will come out with Jake Murphy in the backfield. And receivers stacked left and right. And Duran wants to move. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Has the snap. Quick throw, completion to Davis, and Davis tripped up. No gain on the play. Cameron Blanton able to trip him up. Blanton, the nickelback for the Vikings, and Brett Peabody talked about how Cameron Blanton has really stepped up this season in that nickel slot for this secondary that is one of the very best in the 3C2A and has been tonight, giving the Pirates all kinds of trouble. Murphy finds a little lane, spun down by Rakeen Moore at the 49 after a gain of 5. In fact, outside of Karan Gossett, the Pirates have had almost nothing going offensively here tonight. I'm going to correct it. Looked like Cordell Shields in on that stop, and now Shields down on the field, so they'll take a look at Shields, and we'll step away for a brief injury timeout. 11:39 remaining in the third. Vikings on top of the Pirates 24-17 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. Pirates facing a 3rd and 5 from their own 49. Just 2 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. Crandall and Davis to the right. Farrar to the left. Duran straight drop, looking for Farrar, who juggles and drops it working against Trevor Cook. And Farrar can't secure it, and we'll see Zane Carter in the Pirate punting unit. Dragic will wait for the kick from Carter. Carter on the season, averaging a little over 37 yards a kick. And Carter going to keep it. Pirates go to the fake, and they're going to pick up the first down. Zane Carter to the Viking 35, so Steve Mushagan goes to the bag of tricks. Yep. Well, I suspect that this is placing a lot of trust in Zane Carter. He's going to move outside, and if he sees the lane, he can keep it. And if not, he can get the kick away. And the Vikings setting up for the return. And all kinds of running room for Carter, who picks up 16 yards. It's a fourth down conversion for the Pirates, who now have it at the Viking 35. Duran back on. First down handoff, Murphy able to shed a tackle in the backfield and pick up perhaps a yard. Moore gets there quickly.
Stop made by number 88, Carson Moore.
Zeph Misa had a shot at Murphy in the backfield. And Murphy, not going to get much of a spot, just gets back to the line. 2nd and 10. Good response for the Vikings here early in this third quarter against Gossett and now Murphy defending the run better. Duran sets, throws. Farrar can't bring it in, is a little bit behind him. That kind of night, Donovan Turner, who's been a playmaker all season long on the outside, had the coverage on Farrar.
Yeah, Duran's been a little off there, Jeff, and I almost want to say that he goes to the back shoulder by disguise so he's not leading the receiver into the middle of the field, trying to protect his guy, but they can't connect. Third down.
When it gets, I'm sure, again, Farrar gets both hands on it. It's going to tell you that that's a football that he should have brought in. 3rd and 10, blitz coming. Duran hit as he throws, looking deep and incomplete. Boy, he had a man looking for Woodworth, who had gotten behind the defense.
Daniel Duran's pass intended for number 18, Tyler Woodworth, falls incomplete. Makes it 4th and 10.
Oh, Woodworth had a step.
He did.
That brings up 4th down.
Covering on that last play.
And the Pirates
I think back
from the
fakes?
35.
Back-to-back fakes here, Story? Probably not.
That would be a courageous call. It is an awkward position on the field where it's too long for a field goal. And they're going to send Carter on, presumably, to see if perhaps he can pin the Vikings deep. And Carter aiming on the near side. They'll let this one bounce. And it looks like the Pirates did stay.
Oh, wow.
Inside the 1. Let's watch here. There you go.
Wow.
Just inside the 1. That is a great job. Andrew Lacombe with the reflexes as that ball took a sharp bounce for the end zone, but Lacombe able to tiptoe that goal line and keep it at the 1.
You know, Jeff, I have a question. I would love to know an answer here. Rich Coleman would probably be able to provide it. I wonder if the ball passes the plane, much like it does on a touchdown, should that be a touchback?
Or does it have to actually hit the ground?
Right.
Interesting. Quick slant, and the catch made. No, they're going to say it's dropped, and that's a break for the Vikings to be sure.
Jeff Purdy's pass was intended for number 1.
He was looking for Samaje Dunn. And the pass incomplete. And a good thing for the Vikings that it was, as the Pirates were right there. Thinking about a 6 defensively. But Dunn never quite had it.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10.
I wonder if you dial one up here.
Petty from his own end zone. Play action and the throw incomplete. That's a dangerous throw over the middle. Shaheed Wilson, Carter in the area. Watch this, Michael. And Wilson just can't quite get up there for it. Quickly 3rd and 10. wanted to go back to, I believe that was Marquez Guzman, excuse me. So 3rd and long. Pirates looking for another quick 3 and out. Could get it back with very good field position. Petty again from the end zone. Good protection. Guns completes. First down for the Vikings. Out to the 18-yard line. They convert again on 3rd down. Tyson Bordeaux with the reception. 7 of 12 on 3rd down. Now for the Vikings here tonight.
Sits down in the hole in the zone. Move the chains. Jeff, a game like this, your goal is to put on some good tape. And you get the feeling here that Petty really doing his best for that, although he's going to be taken down.
He's going to be swallowed up by Ty Ellie.
Announcer Jink in full effect. Nothing he can do
and that's
there.
Khalil Warren on the play action. Warren, the freshman, unable to get a chip there on Ely, who'd gotten free. So the big loss on the play of 6 leaves a 2nd and 16. Warren will stay in the backfield. The Vikings backed up to their 12. Blitz coming again. Quick throw incomplete. Looking again for Berenji. And again, the Pirates force a 3rd and long. This a 3rd and 16.
Covering on that last play for the Pirates, number 4, Ty Morris.
Interesting to see if the Pirates consider a blitz. Last time we saw the zone coverage, and Petty has really been able to pick them apart when given some time, but it looks as though the Pirates are going to drop into coverage. They'll rush 3. Petty sets up, moving up, throws, catch is made, but short of the first down. Pirates going to get the stop. Angel Cano quickly there to wrap up Guzman at the 25. So here comes the Viking punting unit. And thus far, in the 3rd, the defenses continue to have their way. As the Pirates force another stop, they'll get it back.
Can you imagine a fake here?
Well, again, that would be courageous. But no, they'll kick it away. Crandall going to let this one bounce. This is going to take a huge Viking bounce. Down to the 35. The kick is 40 yards, and that looked like it was going to be more when that first hit the ground, the way it jumped forward. But the Pirates still come away with solid field position at their own 35. We're midway through the 3rd at the Beach Bowl with the Vikings leading at 24-17.
Electric first half and a subdued second half thus
yeah,
far.
Absolutely.
Good performances defensively on both sides.
Duran with Gossett in the backfield. Gossett needs 10 yards to reach 1,000 for the season. Quick throw, complete. First down. Woodworth into Viking territory.
It's a big boy.
Number 18, Tyler Woodworth. Stop on the play was made by number 33, Tyler Thomas.
Tyler Thomas with the tackle on Woodworth, but that's a gain of 17 and a first down. Now they'll send Davis out in motion. Gossett on the carry on the right side, stood up, trying to push the pile, and Gossett still moving it. He's inside the 45. How about the strength of Karan Gossett? They finally bring him down, but he picks up 5 yards on a play that initially looked like it was going nowhere.
Yeah, and he had some help from his friends, too.
And you got a Viking player losing the helmet there. That always makes me nervous. Player out there with no helmet on, Mario Rivas.
Initial contact made by number 41, Zeph Misa.
Misa had the initial stop before Gossett churned his legs for a 5-yard pickup. Duran looking to the sideline. Gossett remains in the game in the backfield. Under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Pirates facing a 2nd and 5. Straight drop for Durant, stepping up, has time, throws, incomplete. Ooh. Just getting there. Dion Reavers. And Reavers able to close. Looking for Crandall, brings up a 3rd and 5.
Last play, number 21, Dion Reavers.
Pirates at the Viking 43.
This has got to be 4-down territory here.
And Duran will throw again, looking for Davis. Davis to the 36. Has enough for the first down. Big 3rd down conversion.
Great route.
That's a good job by Davis. Come up with that catch as well.
Know where the sticks are. Make a tough catch.
One more look at it very quickly. Watch here. This one kind of dives on him. It gets low.
Does.
And Davis makes the catch. He had 9 catches a week ago. Flags everywhere prior to the snap. Pirates going to back up 5.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
1st and 15. They're looking over on the left side of that Pirate offensive line, and Nathan Gonzalez, who's been playing for the last couple of weeks as the Pirates themselves battle some injuries on that offensive line. The word was that Donald Dixon was set to return tonight, but he's not out there right now. So they move some guys around. Not surprising at this time of year. You're going to go deep into the rotation on that offensive line. Duran's throw. Catch is made by Washington. Washington, the other offensive player of the week. Passion McDonald's players of the week for the season for the Pirates. Washington, interestingly, I always like to ask Steve Mushagian around this time of year if there's a guy from a certain position group that he'd like to call out that he hasn't had much chance to talk about, who's really stepped up and done great work for the team this season. And he talked about Josh Washington at that tight end spot, the returning sophomore. Quick throw on the slant, complete to Davis. Davis slips out of a tackle. He's in for a Pirate touchdown.
Daniel Duran's pass complete to number 17, Elijah Davis.
Well, Davis had 9 catches for 61 yards a week ago. A safety valve for the most part for Duran. This time, though, gets into that Vikings secondary. The big play for the Pirates has them within 1 point of tying this up.
Little crossing route there. Davis to the house. Leaps a defender to get in.
Exciting moment for Elijah Davis, who's up to 5 catches now for 53 yards and a touchdown in this one. Having a big last couple of weeks. Low snap, but they get it down and up and good.
Wow, that was not easy.
5:29. Let's watch as Zane Carter.
There's a flag out there.
Sure-handed. We do have a flag down. And Pimentel puts it through. But let's see about the flag. We're tied at 24.
Everybody walking off. This is probably going to go against Long Beach.
Started to say Davis with the big 2 weeks here to finish the season with the injury to sensational freshman Silas Kemp, who's had just a monster season for the Pirates. But unable to go last week. And once again, it's Davis stepping in here at the Beach Bowl. Silas Kemp, 47 catches, 7 touchdowns on the season. The personal foul call against Long Beach. And with 5:29 remaining in the third, the Pirates, for the 4th time tonight, battle from a score down and tie it up.
Deep to receive the kickoff, number 0, Troy Crozier, number 3, Matthew Berengi.
Berengi and Crozier back deep. Pimentel has it teed up. This will come from midfield. And Pimentel going to lean into it. And through the end zone. So the Vikings will start from the 25. Well, every time the Pirates have managed to erase the deficit. The Vikings have been quick to answer back.
SCFA semifinals coming up on Saturday. San Diego Mesa at Riverside, El Camino at Mount Sac. Two familiar teams in that Final Four, Riverside and Mount San Antonio College.
Well, El Camino comes in off of the big loss against Allen Hancock Bulldogs, putting a 56-20 score on them in the final regular season. So they'll have to bounce back after that performance. And it figures to be pretty tough as they'll head to Mount Sac to take on the Mounties, still undefeated. The Mounties, meanwhile, in off that epic struggle with Golden West College. Nick Mitchell's Rustlers going in there and giving them all they could handle, but falling a touchdown short.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, 21-3, Mount Sac was down. It's a very, very well coached and game Golden West Rustler squad.
What a tough break for the Rustlers this year. And you know, obviously, all credit to the Olympians. Another great season under head coach Gary Watkins. Only 2 losses and hold the win over Golden West.
Yep.
But anytime you have a playoff number, a 4-team playoff, there's always a number 5 in the equation. And the Rustlers this year, an unquestionable number 5 in that 4-team playoff. And they narrowly miss out. They did get the win in the Southern California Bowl on Sunday against Allen Hancock. But made a pretty good case. The blitz coming, and Petty hit as he throws. The pass incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. The Pirates going to get another quick 3-and-out. This is a great response by the Pirate defense that struggled mightily in that first half, giving up 24 points. Petty with a big performance in the first 30 minutes, but here in the third quarter, 3 possessions for the Vikings and not a single first down, and the Pirates will get it back and they can look for the lead.
Jeff, I think you alluded to it earlier. At what point does Ventura dial up the blitz? We see it right there to great effect.
Well, they have just 11 sacks on the season as a team,
Wow.
and they'll get the block here. Pirates with a chance on special teams. Touchdown, Ventura. Taken in by Caleb Alvery. And, Mike, I am trying to get the number. Yeah.
Harris.
Yeah, Cameron Harris getting high up there. And Alvery gets the nice hop. That ball comes right up to him. Big play on special teams. And the Pirates, for the first time tonight, grab the lead. It is the second time this season that John Montoya has had a kick blocked. And this one comes courtesy of the Pirates as they get the penetration, get the block, and Alvery will take it in. Pirates on top at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl here in the third quarter. Big third quarter for the Pirates as they get the touchdown via special teams for the lead, 31-24. And for the first time tonight, the Vikings looking up on the scoreboard.
It's the difference is tonight has been special teams.
And nearly staying up. Crozier on the return. Took it at the 9. Alvery, who just scored the touchdown, with the stop, 14-yard return. And the Vikings will start from the 23, and Can the Vikings make some adjustments as all of a sudden they have started to really struggle moving the football against this Pirate defense? Pumped up, first time with the lead. Snap to Petty. Under pressure, Petty stepping up. Now going to start to run, makes a move at the 25, another move at the 30.
Ball's carried by number 8, Jet Petty.
Petty out to the 36.
Brought down by number 36, Angel Cano.
First McKelligan. Then another move for Petty.
We got Chris Berman in my head right now.
36-yard line,
Yeah, right.
gain, first and 10, Long Beach.
Well, again, Jet Petty described to us as more of a pocket passer, but he has been elusive enough when he's needed to be. Movement for the Vikings.
The receiver.
The false start, first and 15. That's the 11th penalty for the Vikings, who have 107 yards now in penalties.
Ball to the 31-yard line.
First and 15. Late stages, third quarter. Beach Bowl has been a good one. Petty with receivers left and right. Has the snap, quick throw on the far side, complete. That gets back most of the yardage for the penalty.
Gain of 7.
Berenji, a little bit more than the yardage of the penalty. 2nd and 8. Maliatufa forces him out of bounds. More manageable 2nd and 8 as Khalil Warren will check in the backfield. The Vikings will send 3 wide receivers to the left. Blitz coming. Looking for the screen. And not much doing. Shaheed Wilson gets there quickly to bring down Matthew Dragic at the 40-yard line, leaving a 3rd down and 6 for the Vikings, who have been very good on 3rd down tonight. And a Viking player down, so we'll step aside for an injury timeout from the Ventura College Sportsplex. 31-24, Pirates on top at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl here on the VC Sports Network. Matthew Dragic, the injured Viking player, but able to get to his feet and head off under his own power. And again, we refrain from speculation, but at least that's always a good preliminary sign. 3rd down and 6 for the Vikings from their own 40. Pirates showing blitz. Here they come. Quick throw, Petty on the slant. Big play for the Vikings. Maybe a tie game. It's going to be tied. Norvell Holmes on the skinny post. Petty beats the Pirates for another big play.
Number 9, P.J. Holmes.
And P.J. Holmes slipping out of the tackle. They'll never catch him. .60 yards on the completion. as the Vikings once again find a way on third down. Petty delivers a strike. And now Zavala for the extra point and some trouble. Pirates gonna take the lead. And Mike, another big play on special teams, has trouble on the snap. And it's damp out there, so I'm not terribly surprised that we're seeing this.
Well, Jeff, how about this? Both teams with botched snaps on extra point. One converts, one doesn't. That's the difference in the ball game.
Will that point stand large as we head down the stretch in this one? It has a way of coming back to have a big impact on the game. We'll see. 2:20 remaining in the third. The Pirates maintain the 1-point lead, 31-30 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl.
We'll keep it here.
Vikings indeed ready to go. So just when the Vikings looking for a measure of momentum, they give a little bit of it away with the missed extra point. Short kick once again, and a good return up the far side. The Pirates going to start on the Viking side of the field at the Viking 49. Alvary continues to have a monster third quarter on special teams as he returns it to the Viking 49. Well, this is approaching one of the biggest quarters on special teams that you're going to see a player have. Alvary returns the block punt for the touchdown. Big hit on special teams coverage. Now a return to the Viking 49. And they'll wind the clock and will go with the Pirates up 1. First down carry. Good yardage. Jerry Martin on the carry down to the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the carry for Martin.
Lowers the boom here at the end of this run.
Travis Davis with the stop. Davis, a big play last week in the victory over Citrus for the Vikings. It was Davis who closed the door with a late interception with Citrus on the move looking for a tie late in the Vikings 17-14 win. Out in the flat. First down for the Pirates.
Martin again.
On the completion to Martin out of the backfield. Brought down by Cook. But the Pirates quickly pick up the first down.
5-yard gain. Be first and 10 Pirates.
Football resting on the Viking 37. 1:18 and counting remaining in the third. The Pirates up 1. Martin on the carry. Cuts it back. Twisted down at the 35. Rakeen Moore. Corday Jones teaming up for the stop. A gain of 2 leaves a 2nd and 8 for the Pirates. Martin trying to follow Donald Dixon, who has returned at the right guard spot as the Pirates shuffle on the offensive line here late in the season. Murphy on the carry, a little hesitation, and he is swarmed under. Gain of perhaps a yard. Jones again gets there quickly. Murphy got perhaps a yard. 3rd and 7 from the Viking 34. The Pirates don't have to run another play here in the third quarter. And it looks like they are going to be content to head to the fourth, leading it 31-30 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network. Start of the fourth quarter at the Beach Bowl, and the Pirates on top 31-30. Duran looking over the middle, and it's incomplete, looking for Rollins. And Rollins can't secure it. That brings up fourth down for Ventura. It's a 4th and 7 from the Viking 34. And Mike, let's see if the Pirate offense is going to stay on the field.
I think so.
Pirates tonight, 1 of 3 on 4th down, facing a 4th and 7 from the Viking 34. They send 3 to the far side. 3-man rush. Duran setting up, fires over the middle, tipped, and perhaps intercepted. It looks like it is. Yeah, the interception for Travis Davis. Talked about the big fourth quarter interception a week ago, and he starts this fourth quarter with another interception. And arguably, Mike, the Vikings would have been better off for this one to be incomplete, as Davis will be down at the 20. So the Pirates fail to convert on 4th down, but they pick up 14 yards.
I don't think that was a pick.
As the interception by Davis will be marked at the 20. Vikings looking for the lead. Low snap. Petty's up with it. Now just has to scramble. Fires over the middle and completes. Berenji with the reception. Maliatupa with the stop. Near disaster for the Vikings, but how about the presence for Jet Petty to not only come up with that football,
Petty
but buy a little time.
Flashing his inner Tony Romo there. Bot snap. Hey, no problem.
Completion takes it to the 35, an immediate first down. Petty now up to 360 yards through the air. First down carry, Foster, and taken out of bounds by McKelligan.
Carry by number 22, Caleb Foster. Stop made by number 33, Tyrus Maliatufa.
Picked up a couple of yards, did Foster. Leaves a 2nd down and 8 from the 37. Pistol formation, 3 wide receivers to the left for the Vikings. Still have time on the play clock. It's at 10. Snap to Petty. Stepping up over the middle, threads it through and completes the pass into Pirate territory as he finds Crozier down to the Ventura 33. This is another great throw from Jet Petty.
Jet Petty's pass complete to number 0.
Yeah, working in between the two safeties, Carter Maliatufa and Troy T.W. Crozier. That's 3 large gains on the night for Crozier, who's been a big play option for the Vikings. This one takes it to the Pirate 33. Looking for the screen again, but this is going to be a loss on the play. Well diagnosed by the Pirates. There are flags down as McKelligan able to bring down Foster for a loss of a couple.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
But the roughing the passer call going to go against the Pirates. And maybe we have that from another angle. That's a tough break. Yeah, that is Isaiah Garcia. Garcia had a personal foul earlier on this one as well. And that, you know, I was watching that play, and that's just one time in fast motion, but it looked to me like Garcia also wasn't fully under control and might have more or less stumbled into Petty in his defense. Yep. Yeah, and that's, I'm only talking on one time seeing that, so that's not something that I've looked at. Dylan Clark with his first reception. Garcia on the tackle. 3-yard pickup for Clark. A 2nd and 7. The Vikings once again into the red zone. Trailing by 1 here early in the 4th. 2nd and 7. Well, the Pirates need to find a way to keep the Vikings out of the end zone here. Petty. Quick throw. Looking back shoulder in the pass. Incomplete on the far side.
Petty's pass intended for number 1,
Samaje Dunn, the intended receiver, and I think that Petty would have done well to make that a back shoulder throw. It was actually on the inside shoulder. Angel Cano had the coverage on Samaje Dunn. 3rd and 7. Pirates looking for a 3rd down stop. Blitz coming. Petty steps up, throws over the middle. Sliding catch is made. Appears to have enough for a 1st down as he finds Dylan Clark. 2nd reception for Clark on the drive. Just enough for the 1st down for Clark. Well, it's going to come down to the spot. Boy, where they are spotting it. Yeah, you got it by about a half a yard. 8-yard reception for Clark. 1st and goal from the Pirate 9. Another low snap, but they've got it. Warren on the carry to the 5. Bring up a 2nd down and goal. Once again, McKelligan at the bottom of the pile, the first to get there for the Pirates. Vikings want to move quickly. They have it at the Pirate 5, 2nd and goal. Warren still in the backfield in the pistol formation. Tyson Bordeaux solo to the right, 2 receivers to the left. It's Warren sweeping to the far side, slips 1 tackle now, reaches for the pylon. Looks like he's a little bit short. I'm going to say he went out of bounds, I believe, at the 3.
Was out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
And it'll bring up a 3rd and goal. Timeout on the field. 31-30, Ventura on top. 11:06 remaining in the 4th at the Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network. We're not really. Yeah, it's probably a couple doors down. That's where the PA guy is. Third and goal from the 3. Long Beach now 9 of 16 on 3rd down, but arguably none bigger than this one. Snap to Petty. Petty on the roll. Pressure coming. They're going to get the sack back at the 11-yard line. Coming on the blitz, Ethan nicely off the edge, and Petty just runs out of time. Big play for the Pirate defense. They'll spot it at the 10, and now Zavala will come on to try to give the Vikings the lead. 27-yard field goal attempt. He's 1 of 1 tonight. Snap, placement down, the kick is up, off.
That's in.
The post and in.
27-yard field goal is good.
So Zavala doinks it off the upright, but gets the bounce. Vikings on top, 33-31 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura. Farrar and Smith back deep.
Kicking off number 86, Kyle Brown.
Pirates now down 2. The Vikings bounce back and take the lead. 9 straight after the big block punt gave the Pirates a brief 7-point lead. nonetheless, Mike, I think a big stand for the Pirates defensively to keep this at 2 points.
Indeed.
Obviously, a much more manageable situation being down just 2. A field goal will give you the lead once again. A lot of time remains.
Well, they had to make an adjustment.
10-11 remaining in the ball game.
Petty with too much time, and finally at the end of that drive, they bring the blitz, able to hold the Vikings to 3.
Again, taken by the up back, or I should say Smith moves up to take this at the 20. He's out to
Flag.
the 32. Another flag is down. Let's see if the Pirates are going to be backed up. I don't know where the call is.
13, Kendrick Smith.
I'm going to mark this one against the Pirates. That's just the 3rd penalty tonight, or I should say the 4th penalty on the Pirates tonight.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 30 of the return team.
So the illegal blindside block.
First down.
I get that right here.
Eric Rivera.
That's pretty close.
That'll cost the Pirates 15 yards. They'll start from their own 15. Down 2. Duran back on. Karan Gossett back on in the backfield. Gossett will get the carry running right. Gain of 3 will bring up a 2nd down and 7. Corday Jones, who's had a busy night, there for the stop. They'll give Gossett 4 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Does he only need 6 now for 1,000?
He only needs 1.
Oh.
He needed 102 yards. He's at 101 on just 9 carries. Following in a long line of Pirate backs with 1,000 yards in the Steve Mushagian era. But Gossett, I think, right up there with those names. Lamont James, Jalen Thompson from just a season ago, both over 1,000 yards. Meanwhile, the incompletion quickly brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Pirates. And that's a pressure situation. The Pirates love to avoid a quick 3 and out. Durant steps up, fires, incomplete behind Farrar. The protection was good for Duran, but again, he and Farrar just not on the same page, and Duran's pass well behind him. And the Vikings get the big 3 and out. They'll get it back with the lead.
Yeah, just not a very crisp route. And Farrar ends up falling down on the route, but the ball was behind him.
To receive the punt, number 2.
And for Duran, it has been a struggle from the outset. He's now 13 of 32. And again, he came in completing 63% of his passes for the season. So Daniel Duran has not only been good, he's been good because he's been very accurate. Meanwhile, a booming punt from Zane Carter will take it all the way to the 16. That is a phenomenal job of flipping the field. They'll spot it at the 17. That kick is 64 yards, and that equals the longest of the season for Zane Carter, and a big time for it. The Pirates in danger of giving away very good field position. Down 2. Instead, Carter comes up huge. 64 yards on the kick, and at least the Pirate defense will be able to work from a longer field. 9:09 remaining. The Vikings up 2.
Jeff, again, the special teams continue to shine for Ventura.
Yeah.
Has really been a staple under the Steve Mushagian era.
Quick throw in the flat running room. Out to the 25, the 26. Crozier again in the flat. Quickly picks up 9 yards. 2nd down and a long 1. They'll spot it at the 25.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1.
Crozier now with 6 catches, 95 yards.
It should be 2nd and 3. Or 2nd and 8, excuse me.
And the Vikings go to the ground. and pick up the first down. Khalil Warren to the 31. And the Vikings quickly move the chains. Meanwhile, we do have a Pirate player down. 8:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. Long Beach on top of Ventura, 33-31 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. First and 10 from the Viking 31 I formation. And a first down carry for a gain of about 3. Warren again on the carry. Second down and 7. Ty Ely with the stop.
Gain of 3 yards to the 34-yard line, 2nd and 7.
Leaves a 2nd and 7 for the Vikings, who are content now to run some clock. And a couple times here tonight, the Vikings have been able to do exactly that. A couple of lengthy drives for the Vikings, and they would love to find another one here with the 2-point lead. But they're going to back up in all likelihood. Flags are down. Greg Truex will have the call. 12th penalty tonight for the Vikings. Petty, incidentally, now over 400 yards. 407 yards tonight, but if my memory serves, that is not his season high.
Talk about putting together some pretty good tape.
Yeah, this is what the Beach Bowl is all about. And I'm looking over at Petty's stats, and yeah, he's closing in on it, though. 413 yards against Golden West. That was back on November 2nd. But Petty inching closer. Throw over the middle, and there is the season high. As he finds Samaje Dunn to the 45.
Well, his previous high was 416 versus Cerritos.
Oh, yeah. Good catch. 413 against Golden West. But, yes, even a little bit better. October 5th at Cerritos with 416. See where he is now tonight. 423. So 3 times over 400 yards on the season with a season high tonight of 423. I was still marveling at throwing for 400 yards as Crozier gets the carry against the Nick Mitchell coach defense. Yeah. You don't see that very often. Meanwhile, good running room for Crozier. Immediately moves the chains. The Vikings are into Pirate territory. Inching toward field goal range. But the way they're moving the football, the Vikings thinking about making this 2 scores. Meanwhile, the clock continues to move. 6:19 and counting. First down carry and nothing doing. No gain on the play as Crozier gets the carry again, but the interior of that Pirate defensive line stands up.
Stop on the play made.
Second down and 10.
On the play, it will be 2nd and 10.
But the Vikings content to start to work the clock. Play action. And out in the flat at the 45. Crozier with the reception. Stevie Plan able to wrap him up at the 41. 4 yards for Crozier leaves a 3rd and 6. And the Pirates looking for a stop The Vikings 9 of 17 on third down here tonight. They have dominated in terms of time of possession. They have doubled up the Pirates at 34 minutes to 17 minutes. And that was before, presumably, the start of this drive. Looking to continue the drive. Petty under pressure, able to escape. Now looking for the first down marker. Slides in front of Malia Tufa at the 34. It looks like Petty was able to get just enough for another first down. They'll spot it at the 35, but they give Petty the first down.
Well spotted at the 35-yard line. That's good for a first down.
Well, that's a heartbreaker for the Pirates, as they had Petty in some trouble. But Petty able to slip out of the pocket and run for the first down. We're under 5 minutes to go. Warren with a big hole on the left side. Warren inside the 25, now loses the football. And the Pirates have it. Khalil Warren gets a big hole, has the first down, but watch here, who popped it out?
Helmet on the ball right there.
Shaheed Wilson knocks it free.
It's a great look of it.
And I believe it was Estrada who's in there for the injured Braden Beck. No, Angel Cano, who's seeing more time with some injuries in the secondary as well, I believe recovered the fumble. And we'll see a new quarterback, Travis Endicott, the freshman. His first appearance tonight, he gives to Gossett. And Gossett on the right side out to the 28.
Has his 1,000 yards.
8 yards for Gossett. And what a moment for Travis Endicott, who comes on in the latter stages, looking to be the hero for the Pirates, who trail it by 2. Gossett, or should say read option, Endicott. Wow. Great fake. Reavers eventually brings him down, but not before Endicott gets to the 43. That is a hole that I could have made it through.
And lowers the boom to boot.
He's fired up. Why not? Pirates with plenty of time. 3:26 and counting. They've got all 3 timeouts. They have it to the 43. Endicott going to send Farrar in motion. Gossett through a big hole. Gossett into Viking territory at the 30, 20. Chased down from behind. Big run for Gossett inside the 10. The interior of that Pirate offensive line. They might be moving around, but they're still creating big holes for Pirate running backs. Donovan Turner chases Gossett down, but another big run for Gossett, who's well over 1,000 yards now, up to 160 yards on the ground after that 51-yard run. Endicott at the controls. Lobs for the back of the end zone, incomplete. He wanted Crandall.
Flag?
Second down and goal.
Surprised no flag. Look at the hold there.
Just over the head of Crandall. Well, you are well within Ryan Pimentel's range, obviously. But again, Steve Mushagian, the Pirates would love the touchdown. That takes the field goal out of the equation for the Vikings in response. First down carry, Murphy bouncing off a tackle, but he's wrapped up at the 4. Third and goal.
So many things can happen, Jeff, on a botch snap. We've seen that here tonight for Long Beach. We've seen it for Ventura, although they were able to recover.
Ricardo Abrego.
You want to get 6 here.
With the stop. Third and goal from the 4. How about Travis Endicott coming on here on this drive? The Pirates have done it largely on the ground with some help from Endicott, but the freshman comes on
Timeout.
And the Pirates have moved it to the Viking 4:2:10 remaining in the ball game. Long Beach on top 33-31 at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network.
Third and goal from the 4-yard line.
Third and goal from the 4, Gossett flanking Endicott to the right. Pirates poised to retake the lead. Play action, Endicott, and the pass incomplete. Out on the right side, looking for Elijah Davis. The Vikings going to come up with a massive hold inside their 10-yard line. And Mike, as you alluded to moments ago, the distance certainly not a problem for Ryan Pimentel, but it's misty out here, and the ball's a little wet, and we've seen some trouble on the snap and the hold as Pimentel will come on. This will be straight away. Pressure amps up on Zane Carter, who will be the holder. Pirates looking for the lead. 2:06 remaining. Snap placement down. Blocked! Pimentel blocked! Inside the 20. Well, we've been talking about the Viking special teams, and with good reason. But maybe the final blow struck by the Viking special teams. Oh, that is a crusher for the Pirates. Let's see here. Oh, that's just great penetration.
Yeah.
Off the right side. I believe it's Donovan Turner. I want to say it's Donovan Turner. We had a quick look at it. And if so, for those that have followed the Vikings this season, yeah, it's Donovan Turner. And that is not remotely a surprise for anyone following the Vikings this season. Donovan Turner has been an electric playmaker.
Not out of it yet here.
In the Vikings secondary, and he comes up with a huge play here. Pirates need a quick stop.
Pirates with essentially 4 timeouts here. They're going to get the 2-minute warning.
2-minute timeout. Crozier on the carry. Got back to the 6-yard line. Will step aside. 2 minutes remaining. Pirates looking for a stop. The Vikings looking to close the door at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl on the VC Sports Network. Second and 8 from the 6-yard line. Pirate defense has had a big second half after they surrendered 24 points in the first half, looking for another quick 3-and-out. Garcia on the stop. Crozier another couple of yards. Leaves a massive 3rd and 6. And Mike, before we step aside with a Pirate timeout here, it's just an interesting situation for Brett Peabody. Jet Petty has had a massive game. I might be tempted to put the ball in his hands and let him see if he can deliver another throw here. If you can create another first down here, you might be able to close this out without giving that Pirate offense another chance. But That is a risk inside your own 10-yard line.
I mean, it's been in the hands of Jet Petty throughout the evening. They're going to live and die by Jet Petty right now.
The other option is to keep the ball on the ground. You might get the first down. You make the Pirates certainly use another timeout. But I got to tell you, from the 8, do you consider?
I mean, are you talking about going for it on 4th?
No, I'm just talking about letting Petty throw the football here instead of keeping it on the ground and making the Pirates use another timeout and maybe seeing if you can get the first down running the football. Snap to Petty. He will throw. Blitz coming, throws over the middle and incomplete. The Pirate defense comes up big. Looking for P.J. Holmes, who had the big touchdown reception early in the second half, and maybe just a little too much heat on that pass from Petty right through the hands of Holmes. And the Pirates with another chance. They have 2 timeouts and 1:47, so a lot of time and a couple of timeouts.
They don't have to go for it or don't have to call a timeout. They preserve 2 of them. Man.
That is the downside of going with the throw on 3rd down as you give the Pirates that extra timeout.
Remember the pump blocked earlier? Not the case here.
Big kick. Crandall going to go back to get it at his 44. Looking left. And he's going to be hit and brought down at the 47, so just 3 yards on the return. That's a big punt for John Montoya. Kicking from his own 8-yard line. 48 yards on that punt for Montoya. Nearly his long for the season, which was just 51. So another big 4th quarter punt, this time for Montoya and the Vikings. But the Pirates take over at their own 47. You figure they need about 25, 30 yards to get into Pimentel's range. Gossett running right, trying to pick his way forward, but gets just a couple out to midfield. And Gossett going to lose his helmet. 3 yards on the carry for Gossett.
I don't think they're going to call a timeout here. I think the clock stops with the helmet coming off. Gossett will have to come off for a play. There might be a 10-second runoff.
Here comes Jake Murphy. Endicott back on at the controls for the Pirates.
And that's what they're having the conversation about. Do you want the timeout or do you want a 10-second runoff?
Travis Endicott, the freshman from Thousand Oaks High School.
I think you take the 10 seconds here.
Because the player's helmet came off and stopped the clock, there will be a 10-second runoff.
Yep.
Okay, so Greg Truex with the call. 10 seconds will come off. The Pirates preserve their timeout. So they've still got 2. 1:16 remaining in the game. That's still a ton of time,
Yep.
Mike. Especially with the 2
timeouts.
timeouts. Yep, exactly. And the Pirates at midfield, trying to get into Pimentel's range. Endicott fires on the far side. Leaping catch made inside the Viking 40 at the 38-yard line as he finds Woodworth.
Travis Endicott's pass complete to number 16, Brian Estrada. Balls at the 38-yard line.
They'll spot it at the 38. 12 yards, Endicott's first completion. And he's going to be hit and sacked back at the 43. Big play for the Viking defense. Carson Moore. Officially listed as just his 5th sack on the season. Brett Peabody will tell you it's more, but none bigger than the sack for Moore right there. The Pirates forced to burn a timeout, still 1:03 remaining, but a 2nd and 14 from the Viking 43 when we return at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. Second and 14 from the Viking 42. Straight drop for Endicott. Stepping up, has time, completes to Farrar inside the 25, down to the 24. Farrar's had a quiet night. Pimentel's long on the season is 40 yards. This would be 41. It's a 1st and 10
Clock's
from the
it.
24. Yeah, with just one timeout remaining, Pirates have to be careful about leaving themselves with none. So they'll stop the clock with the spike, leave it 2nd and 10, and they'll spread out. Gossett still in the backfield at the Viking 24. 4-man rush. Endicott throws, finds Farrar again. Farrar's inside the 15, gets out of bounds at the 12. Corday Jones with the tackle.
Ooh, I'm not sure he's out. Yeah, he was tackled in bounds. Clock should still be going.
They stop it at 43. Good news is you're well within Pimentel's range. The danger here, the Pirates just had one blocked on a 20-yard attempt.
That is their second of the half.
Timeout taken by Long Beach now with 43 seconds remaining at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. Vikings clinging to the 2-point lead. Pirate fans, how do you like it? Last week, down to the final couple of minutes, and the huge play to Woodworth for the win over College of the Canyons, and now into the final minute again. Looking for a come-from-behind win against the Vikings. Gossett running right, bounces it outside. He's inside the 10, sheds a tackle and takes it in. Karan Gossett. Third touchdown run of the game gives the Pirates the lead with 35 seconds remaining. The strength of Karan Gossett that we've seen all season long as Abrego goes up around the shoulders and Gossett able to run through it and takes it in.
Man, what a game.
And now with 35 seconds, Chet Petty and the Viking offense gonna look for something dramatic.
Ventura. That is their third and final of the half.
And the Pirates are gonna take their third and final charge timeout. The Gossett run gives the Pirates the lead at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl from Ventura. "13 carries, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns for Karan Gossett." And the Pirates going to line up to go for 2 with the 37-33 lead. Gossett back in the game in the backfield. Endicott looking over the Viking defense. Has the snap. Looking, throws, and completes. Farrar been his favorite target, and he goes back to him for the 2-point conversion. And Endicott, after misfiring on his first 2 attempts, completed his last 4, 3 of them. to Jan Farrar. And that pushes it to 39-33. So if the Vikings can come up with the touchdown here in the final 35 seconds, they will need to tack on the extra point to get the win here.
Yeah, that was the discussion.
Yeah,
I would have to imagine. Hey, let's take a timeout here, call our best play. Farrar makes a play, converts on the 2-point conversion.
Berengi and Crozier back deep for the Vikings. The Vikings do have a kick return for a touchdown this season, and it was Troy T.W. Crozier. That a 91-yard return. Let's see if Steve Mushagian is even going to give them a chance. Or will Pimentel try to keep this one low? Here's the approach. Well, they'll send it deep. Taken at the 11. It's Berengi to the outside, out past the 40, and he'll head out of bounds. 29 seconds. And the Vikings going to need to traverse about 60 yards. They'll spot it at the 40.
29-yard kickoff return. It will be 1st and 10 Vikings.
Samaje Dunn, P.J. Holmes have been the big play threats for the most part this season for the Vikings. Holmes averaging just about 20 yards of reception. Petty throwing over the middle, complete, but we're still in bounds. He finds Dunn.
Take time
Morris with the stop, down to 16 seconds. The clock's still moving. The Vikings have one timeout, but they're not taking it. Down to 11 seconds. I think too much time came off there. Mike Petty steps up, looking deep, and it's intercepted for the second consecutive week. Heroes abound in the late stretches for the Pirates. Shaheed Wilson will close the door at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl.
What a game.
It's Karan Gossett.
Well, there's players of the week, Jeff, and then there's games of the week.
Yep.
This is the game of the playoffs and the SCFA. Incredible back and forth. Two incredible coaches.
Pirates going to finish their season 8-3, and in most dramatic fashion. Started to say Gossett, the hero, offensively 175 yards in the touchdown, and then very similar to last week, Pirate defense needs a stop, and they come up with the big pick. Last week it was Maliatufa, but now Shaheed Wilson, who's been great all year.
What's the ad slogan for TNT? We know drama? Man, so does Ventura.
This Pirate team has a way about them, don't they? They make it fun, and we're going to wrap up our coverage here, but I do want to quickly talk about one thing here before we go, and just want to pass along a special thanks. And for those who don't know or haven't been to the VC Sportsplex here, two people retiring at the end of this year. Rick Ruffinelli, the PA announcer here at the Sportsplex, and Mike Morostica, his spotter, both retiring. Mike Morostica finishing up here tonight. This will be his last game. Rick will be around for basketball season. We'll finish out the year. But two guys and that do a great job here, and I should point out, who are in my ear on most of our broadcasts here and help me to identify some of the players involved to try and keep you abreast while we're doing the game. So just a thanks to Rick and Mike, great guys that I've enjoyed working with, and a congratulations on the great work that they've done here at Ventura. Wanted to pass that along as we wrap up our football coverage this season with a dramatic win for the Pirates, 39-33. So thanks, Rick, and thanks, Mike. Loved working with you guys. We'll be back on January 8th on the VC Sports Network as we will start our basketball coverage, men's and women's basketball coming up this season here on the VC Sports Network. And that will wrap up our coverage here tonight with a 39-33 win. And, Mike, you want to pass along some thank yous as well?
Jimmy Walker. What
of course. Stud. Jimmy, it's been fun. We'll keep working, obviously, with Jimmy here, the athletic director at Ventura College. So it's been a lot of fun here on the VC Sports Network, and we will be back on January 8th for more of it. And it'll have a hard time being as good as this the last couple of weeks here on the VC Sports Network. And the Pirates in dramatic fashion. Final score, 39-33. They get the win over Long Beach City College at the Scooters Barbecue Beach Bowl. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. So long.